Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mercy Kill, the show about rusty runs and the speedrunners that run them, or in this case, let them get rusty. This is episode 70, Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 06 with the sound effects. I'm Skybills, your host. Really quickly here, before we get started, we have some exciting announcements on behalf of Games Done Quick. GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th through 22nd. If you're interested in running live at the event, use !GDQX in Twitch chat or go to gdqx.gamesdonequick.com to submit before August 28th. Anyone accepted as a runner or backup will receive a TwitchCon badge and the opportunity to showcase their run on the GDQ stage. Games Done Quick will also be at PAX West, September 1st through 4th. GDQ's gonna be busy here. If you're interested in watching live runs or trying your hand at the Speedrun Gauntlet, be sure to head over to the Speedrun stage at PAX West to find out more. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you have experience in social media creation and want to help out at our live events, be sure to go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. And as always, if you missed out on any of our Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatale, congratulations to everyone who ran and contributed to the Flame Fatale Marathon. Very successful last week. Be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And with that being said, Sound Defense, it is wonderful to have you here. How are you doing?
I am doing real good. Thank you for having me here. It's great to be back. This is probably going to be a disaster, but I'm still looking forward to it.
You know, that should be like the alternate title to the show. Mercy Kill, or this is probably going to be a disaster. I like that a lot. So the last time we had you on Sound Defense, you were doing, you were on my other show, Random Number Generation, and you were doing a Sonic Ring Shuffler. So when people think of you, Sound Defense, they more than likely think of Sonic games. Now I gotta know, as posted in the tweet we did on social media, one of these games that you're running today is not like the other. I mean, we have Sonic and Knuckles, a classic. But then we have Sonic 06, which I know isn't exactly the most, what do we call it? Pristine of Sonic titles, or if it's notorious for a reason you wouldn't believe. So what is your history with both of these games?
Oh, goodness. I played Sonic and Knuckles like as soon as it came out, basically, when I was 6 years old. I remember even reading about it in magazines as an upcoming title. Played it to death. Absolutely love this game. It's one of my favorites. I've logged more hours in this than I can count. Sonic 06, not so much. I basically rented it once from Gamefly, and I realized I wasn't even ironically enjoying it, so I just sent it back after 2 levels. But after watching more people play it and watching the speedrun, I acquired like some sort of, perverse fascination with it. And now, honestly, as rough as it is one of my favorite games for a handful of reasons.
So what I'm seeing from the chat right now is Sonic 06 is a classic in its own awful way.
That's exactly right. Sonic 06 is one of the most interesting games ever made. Most games are broken in like 2 or 3 different ways. Sonic 06 is broken in 1,000 fascinating ways.
So, one way in which I know about Sonic 06's reputation is that Author Blues, my partner, plays it, loves to play it every time for, every year for dashing through trash, so that's how I know. But again, I'm not saying these are bad per se, these are just beloved titles, just by maybe a slightly different community than the classic Sonic and Knuckles, for instance. But everything Sonic is just part of who you are, Sound Defense. So again, Sonic isn't exactly super rusty for Sound Defense, but again, there's a lot of categories for these games, and some categories require different things than others in terms of like intensities. So how rusty approximately is, we'll start with Sonic 06 first. How rusty is Sonic 06 to you?
Oh, goodness. Sonic 06, probably, I have not speedrun it in over a year at this point. So and I was not exactly super practiced in it to start with, so that's probably the rustiest speedrun I have. So this is going to be very interesting. I've given myself like 15 minutes of leeway, and I'm probably going to need all of it.
Well, yeah, and I'm glad that you give leeways. Runners have the option to add whatever they would like onto the run, and I think that that is a fair amount. But we are starting out, we're going to lure all of you into our Sonic segment here with Sonic and Knuckles first. So any safety strats, any strategies you're planning on doing for this run in particular, Sound Defense?
Safety is relative in a Sonic 3 speedrun or a Sonic and Knuckles speedrun, because there are lots of places where things can go just horribly wrong if you press the wrong button. I'm going to be trying almost everything I know, but there is one trick in Flying Battery where I am going to do a slightly more safe variant that still skips most of the level. But yeah, I'm just going pedal to the metal with this game. This is one I have thousands of hours in, so maybe not thousands of hours. I've played it a lot, is the point, and I'm just going to go hard.
Well, I am looking forward to it, but before we get started here, we do have some lovely commentators that are going to be joining us here. So let's bring, our first commentator will be for Sonic and Knuckles, and we are having, of course, who else but Supersonic. How are you doing, Supersonic?
Hi, yes, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Really good, really good. So again, if you couldn't tell by the name, Supersonic is also passionate about all things Sonic, also a fellow Mario runner here. So Supersonic will be delivering commentary, and I don't want to stray too far from the games here. So Sound Defense, are you ready to go?
I am ready to go. I've never been more ready.
All right, on your count, good luck, have fun.
All right, let's go back to the title screen, and we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is going to suck. Let's go. All right, I've already screwed this up. I spin dashed too hard. All right, can I get these shoes? I should know this visual cue. Okay, muscle memory is starting to come back to me. This is.
Yeah, so here we are in Mushroom Hill. This is the beginning of the and Knuckles half. So normally when we have Sonic 3 latched on to Sonic and Knuckles, we would start off with Angel Island. But since this is the second half of the game, starting off in Mushroom Hill Zone, and there is no like opening cutscene like Knuckles has. So Sonic just pretty much goes right in, and you want to try to carry the speed shoes as far into the level as possible. And from this route here, I think we're going to see a little bit of a path swapper. Yep, there it is. That's just taking you to the bottom portion of the level here. And of course, we want to avoid big rings as best as we can because we don't want to enter any special stages in this category. So now we're going to be heading into our first boss fight here. Going to utilize the Insta Shield to expand the hitbox and land more hits on the boss. I'm just going to be standing in this particular spot here because we're going to want this boss guy to kind of start flying away. So he takes an intentional hit here, and he's going to set up a spin dash. So we're going to see him fly away. We're going to catch him right before he goes to the other side of it. And now he's going to position himself to see some invisible mushrooms just showing up out of nowhere.
Am I in the wrong spot? I feel like I'm in the wrong spot.
I think you might be okay. Oh, no, he went up. That's a little unfortunate.
I don't even know where I am anymore. I've literally never seen this in my life. I think the very first thing I did was soft lock the entire game.
Are you serious?
Right. Well, this is what you're in for, folks. We're starting again. Add another minute to the timer.
There's no live deals here.
Is this a this never happened before moment?
It is for me. I've never seen that happen to anybody, honestly. And yes, I was one tree too far to the left, unfortunately, for what I was trying to do.
That's okay. You were right at the beginning. There's nothing to worry about here. Oh, I also want to mention too, we do have Lavris SR here who will be doing commentary for Sonic 06. However, Lavris is more than welcome to say hey here too.
Hello. I exist.
Thank you for existing, Lavris.
Thank you, Lavris. No, we have links to everybody's Twitch channel below. So be sure to follow everyone. That's Sound Defense, Supersonic _ and Lavris SR.
Okay, let's try this again. This time with feeling. I have to go
Alright, so
one
here
more
we are.
tree over this time.
Yeah, just a little further to the right, and you should be fine. Okay, so again, he's gonna take this intentional hit here, and he's gonna set up a spin dash because we want to catch this guy before he gets to the far right of the screen to set up a pretty cool glitch in Act 2.
No, I'm not doing that again. Darn it. That was the
That's
one thing I
unfortunate.
really wanted to show off. Oh. This is... I might already be screwed in terms of the estimate. That's how this game looks. So, well, we'll see. I could nail everything else and be okay.
Well, instead of doing the glitch drop for Mushroom Hill Act 2, which skips roughly about 2/3 of the level, we're going to be seeing this level in its entirety here. So we see Knuckles kind of, sending Sonic away into what looks like the fall season of Mushroom Hill. So you're going to see Sound Defense bounce on the mushroom there to get up on the spring, and then we are going to take this upper route here. Yep, makes it. There's a lot of pretty cool movement in this level, especially like when you play a glitchless, but there is actually like the glitch that I was talking about. What would have happened there is he would be jumping down 4 times while in the wall, and then that's gonna pretty much shoot him all the way to this section basically. So this is where he would have ended up in if he were to get the glitch, but it's fine. We got to see like 50 seconds of the level, no big deal. Now going up on this pulley here. And then we're gonna see him grab the fire shield. And we're gonna be using this for the boss fight. And I don't know why the game puts the lightning shield and the fire shield like in the same vicinity, but
Didn't get my
I guess
6
they had to
hits,
put
but I got
something.
5.
Very good. Gets the quick hits in there, and that is the end of Mushroom Hill in its entirety.
Yep. The forbidden Mushroom Hill you were not supposed to see.
So there is an interesting thing about this version of the game. Since we do not have Sonic 3 attached to it, we cannot do cutscene skips. We have to let all these cutscenes play out because there is no save mechanic in this game. So it's just pretty much like a straight playthrough of it. We will be seeing all these extra cutscenes here to kind of give the game some extra plot of what's going on.
Okay, here's Flying Battery, which I'm going to be doing as intended.
As intended, by design, and intended, and we see this
Here we go.
glorious sprite of Sonic just kind of staring into our souls. And he's just kind of, walking in the air here. He can just walk through walls, and this will pretty much set him up to go right into the boss fight. He can just hold right this entire section here.
We're walking in the air. And here we go.
Now we have our boss fight here. This is Mr. Tickles.
Who came up with that name? That feels
Why
like a
would
market
you-
name.
Why would you give this spiky friend the name Mr. Tickles? I wouldn't want to be tickled by that.
Well, I heard it from Huds. Huds is a fellow Sonic runner.
It could
And
also
Oh, of
be us.
course.
he just said Mr. Tickles, so I was like, okay, we'll just roll with it.
Mr. Tickles, the spiky ball friend.
So as you see here, he stood on the corner of the button there to set up slope glitch. He's going to be taking the bottom route here, which will take him into the laser section. He would just go into the boss. I don't think he's going to go for laser skip in this instance.
I'm
But
gonna
there's
try. I won't do it.
yeah. So there's actually a couple of routes you can do. There's a top route as well, which completely skips laser skip altogether. But it is a little more tricky because there's some frame perfect things you need to do while in the wall. But for this one, this is actually a pretty simple way to get to that back up there. Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
that was a little scary. All is well.
At first, I thought you kind of overshot that. I was like, oh wait, no, this is totally fine. Like, no big deal here. All right, so this is the laser. There is like a specific spot you want to stand in, and you want to rev up a 6-tap spin dash, and then do two quick 1-tap. But that is so hard to say. to kind of clip on the other side. So what he's trying to do here is he's trying to object phase through the laser, because it is an object. And if you have Sonic off screen, it'll actually deload the object that's in front of him. But if he doesn't get it, that's totally fine. You can just kind of wait this out.
I've gotten this once in my entire life. Yes, I do not know how super. I don't know how you managed to do this with any sort of regularity.
Yeah, I actually do a different variation of it where you stand on a specific pixel and you do a 9-tap spin dash and it'll just clip you right away. But it's more finicky than the other strat.
We have a question from the chat. Is this glitch version sensitive? Like, does there need to be on original hardware? How does that work for the glitches within this game?
You can't be playing the Sonic Origins version. That much I know. They have patched almost everything, though they've added some other hilarious glitches of their own. Generally, like any version of this that is a direct port of this, like, code, the glitches will continue to work. So, the one thing I can't actually, give me a second. I'm gonna defeat this boss. There's one thing that you can't play this on, and that is the Xbox 360 version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because that version of the game has no save system. And that ruins an enormous, very cool trick that we do in Launch Base that is only possible because the save system exists. Pretty much any other version of the game, you're good to go. But original hardware has less lag, so I recommend that.
All right, so here we are in Sendopolis 1. We're going to be doing a subpixel manipulation here. So you can actually reset your subpixels by going to the far left of the screen. So what he's trying to do here is he's trying to set up Sonic by going into the sandfall and do a 2-tap spin dash. And then just kind of jump into the slope, and then it'll pretty much put him at the end of the level here, and the camera's just trying to catch up to him. So this is called a level wrap or a horizontal underflow glitch. It pretty much gives Sonic a lot of negative speed, and it just kind of shoots him onto the other side of the level, and the camera just kind of struggles to catch up with him. So we will be seeing some of these level wraps here and there. But in the meantime, we got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This guy is a glorified auto-scroller, so he's just going to be sitting in the edge here and just wait for him to kind of get closer until we just kind of throw him into the sand, because that's The Rock's weakness, apparently.
I love how Sound Defense is taking this time to stay hydrated. Look at that good example TSD is setting here for everyone.
Everyone in chat, make sure you stay hydrated.
Yes, definitely stay hydrated. Also, Sound Defense is a very fantastic all emeralds runner of this game as well. Well, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This game too.
Yeah, I've actually never done an all emeralds run of this particular game, but I need to. So much of the tech transferred over. But yeah, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles all emeralds. That's my main category. I have world records with both Sonic and Tails, and I'm going to be doing that on Mr. Shasta's new show sometime in the future. I don't remember exactly when.
Alrighty. So here we are in Sendopolis 2. This level here is infinitely vertical. So we will be seeing some cool shenanigans here. So he's going to be grabbing the lightning shield, and then he's going to pan down the camera by crouching and then do a jump right after. And we see this vertical wrap, or screen wrap as we like to call it. And this will pretty much deload any object that's in front of him, and he can just pass right through it without having to open the door using a switch and whatnot. So we will be seeing that in a few instances in this level. Now for this one here, he's going to be doing a full jump, and he's going to casually clip through the corner there, or I guess the slope, like the bumpy part of it, and skip like a decent chunk of the level. And this part, you want to try to keep your lightning shield here. He's going to be going for a trick called loop clip.
Nope, nah, not a good position. Let's try this again.
You talk about questions?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was in like marathon mode and I heard donations and I'm like, what?
Dang it. So close.
Let me see if there's any in chat. Hang on.
I have the
Because I know there was
visuals for this.
we had the question about glitches, but someone was asking about countdown, so I can answer that. Yes, in Mercy Kill we count down on the timer. As soon as that timer is done, so is our runner. No matter where our runner is, even if it's 2 seconds before the final hit. That's just how we do things here.
Oh, heck. I fell in.
So unfortunately, what he was trying to do there with the loop clip is to avoid this entire autoscroller section of the sand rising up. Fortunately, it is about half of it that he ended up skipping, but since he ended up falling off, so we would have to bring the sand up in this instance. So
Yeah,
kind of playing the level as intended, but you know.
Unfortunately, when I caused the sand to rise, that ruins the trick I was trying to do. So I skipped like a good half of the pyramid, but this is still very far from what I was hoping to accomplish.
Yeah, this is still totally fine.
Can anyone tell me what the timer is at right now?
Sure. Well, right now, this is a little bit of a delay. 15 and a half. There you go. I was going to say like 15:30, but yeah, Richard just had us there.
I have no idea how good or bad that is, honestly.
Well, you tell us. Can you finish in 15 and a half minutes, Octopus?
I don't know. We'll all find out together.
Let's hope he does. Because he's pretty much about halfway through the game anyway. So, like right after this level, we got Lava Reef, and you can pretty much tie in Hidden Palace and Sky Sanctuary to that together since they're both short stages, and then all of Death Egg. So.
Oh my goodness. I just remembered I actually have to fight Red Eye. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I love
we will
this.
see Red Eye shortly.
This is from Richard. How am I doing? Wait, I don't know what that means anyway.
Dang it, my timing was slightly off.
Okay, I already thought of a good name for this. You know how you have people on the road ask, how's my driving? Like if their job is for driving. The name for this episode should be, how is my running? Contact this number.
I like it.
The number should be like 888 TSD Sega.
You can't just give my number out on stream like that, dude.
Oh, sorry.
You need to respect my privacy here.
Alrighty, so here we are in the Lava Beef. This has quite a banger of a soundtrack. And what we're going to see Sound Defense do here is position Sonic to land on this platform to just kind of casually clip into the lava there without getting hit. So that skips about a small chunk of the level. There is also a level wrap you can do in this level, but he's not going to be going for this one. He's going to be doing a different strat instead. So in this one, he does a stair clip. There's actually two variations of this strat you can do. You can either bring the elevator up just slightly and then just spin dash underneath it, or you can do this stair clip here. It's pretty much roughly the same thing, but
Friggin'
he's
undefeated stair clip champion.
I gotta say though, like TSD is so good at that stair clip. I think he's like the only person I've seen that does that stair clip in this level. Like, I usually do the other strat where you just kind of bring up the elevator slightly and then just clip inside the wall that way. But
I never see anyone do a stair clip except for me. I don't know, it works.
Hey, I mean, whatever works for you. I mean, might as well go with it, right?
Absolutely. Oh, I sort of don't want a fire shield for this, do I?
Yeah, you don't need fire shield for this one.
Yeah, that sort of makes this a little harder, actually.
Yeah, it's still fine. I mean, you got rid of one of them. Can I get rid of this one too? Okay, that's fine.
So I'm setting up for a trick I won't do because I can't, because it's impossible.
Yeah, that trick is called monitor clip, and this is like probably the biggest run killer of this game. Not just this game, but also in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because it's so deep into the run. But yeah, this monitor clip would actually save like over a minute from playing Lava Reef 2 in its entirety. But it is a very tough trick to get. So
like
don't
multiple
blame him for not
frame
going for
perfect inputs required.
mm-hmm. Like in Mario terms, think of it like the flagpole glitch. There's like a lot of frame perfect inputs for that too. That's the same thing with monitor clip.
Interestingly, if you are Tails, because Tails' sprite is shorter, the trick is drastically easier. It's like a single 3-frame window for an input.
Yeah, too bad Tails is not in this version of the game.
Ow.
Alright, so kind of traversing through Lava Reef 2 here. There will be instances where you will see the Insta-Shield being used, because little did we know, the Insta-Shield actually protects Sonic from getting damaged for a few frames, as well as expand his hitbox. It is probably like the most OP move of the game that we didn't even realize it when we were younger.
Oh yeah, like I can't play other characters without the Insta-Shield without feeling like something is missing.
Yeah, it just feels strange, like not having Insta-Shield for like Tails or Knuckles.
Now we're
Alright,
coming
so
up on a key trick that haunts me to this day.
yeah, so he's gonna be going for another stair clip. And in this one, we're gonna be going into Knuckles' area. And what that will do is it'll skip a boss fight, or if you want to call it a boss fight, because it's another autoscroller per se. So we're gonna try to go into Knuckles' corridor. And then while we're going into the like the speed tube, or what do they call it, like the elevator thingy, we're gonna try to do 2 1-tap spin dashes in quick succession to object phase through the blocks that only Knuckles can break. Oh,
This is exactly
no.
what happened in the tournament too.
Yeah, I mean, luckily he did grab a checkpoint, so it's not that far back.
Oh god. So there was a Sonic and Knuckles tournament not too long ago that I practiced for, and we get to this point in the run and I am winning against all odds. And I get specifically to this stair clip, and there is a 12 in 256 chance that the game just says, no, you're not going to accomplish stair clip today. And it happened to me 4 times in a row. Which is, we calculated, it's like a 1.5 million chance. So,
And now you got it first try that time.
yes, thank goodness. I did not want to be stuck here for several minutes. So now I still, I think, have some chance of beating the timer.
Yeah, so
Oh,
here
the
we are at
timer's
Hidden
counting
Palace.
down.
I don't know this game as well timing wise, but I will say you probably have 8.5 or so left. So again, you tell me, sound defense.
This is going to come down to the wire.
I like those. I like those.
All right, so here we have Knuckles here. Well, now he's just kind of laying on his back, and he gets up. So we had to fight Knuckles there because Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik, however you want to call him, pretty much tricked him into thinking that Sonic was the one that is trying to steal the emeralds. So we had to fight him, pretty much bring him back to his senses. And now we get to see this glorious sprite of Knuckles and his skeletal anatomy with the O-Zap.
Okay. Nope, that's not a Slinky. That's not a Slinky either.
Gotta have the Slinkies here.
Okay, I don't have time. Oh, this isn't good. I don't have my Slinkies for good luck.
Totally fine. All right, so that is the end of Hidden Palace. So here we are in Sky Sanctuary, which is another vertically infinite level. So we're just gonna be waiting here for a little bit. There's gonna be a little bit of cutscene of the Death Egg rising. And we will see Knuckles hop off of the launcher here and to bring out the bridge. And then Sound Defense is going to be doing a spin dash. This should set up the good cycle of the vine that's up here, which he gets. Very good. And now he's going to be grabbing the lightning shield. This will be needed for the screen wrap here. So by doing this, we're going to be skipping 2 boss fights, which are actually very easy, but they do cost a good chunk of time. So we're going to be skipping both of those, and we're going to be going into this main boss fight here. We'll just take the scenic route first, and then we'll get to the boss fight.
I tried to jump my way quickly up here. It didn't quite work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. So this here is Mecha Sonic. So there's actually like other like variations of this Sonic. There's a Silver Sonic from Sonic 2, and then you have Metal Sonic in Sonic CD. This is Mecha Sonic, and he's just down for the count.
This timer, I do not like how this timer is looking right now, I have to say. Especially because we have to wait through this extra long cutscene right here.
Yep, and now, for some reason, just by running up this tower here, we can actually catch the Death Egg.
I don't think this is how gravity works.
It's Sega logic.
I guess so. By the way, fun fact, if you want to save like a few frames, hold left as you're entering that level. For some reason, you save a few frames if you come in holding left. No?
It's
No,
kind of like Fast Excel in a way. It's getting a little bit of like
What?
just a few frames of acceleration.
I did not touch those spikes. What are you talking about, video game?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. So Death Egg, this is the last zone of the game here. We still have a couple more acts to go through. This is like the inside of Death Egg. And then on Act 2, we will be going for another level wrap, which I will be describing what's going on when we get there. But in this level in particular, we have Graviton as well. And there's actually a skip you can do to actually skip Graviton, but it is actually really risky because you can actually soft lock in that section. So we're just going to be playing through the whole Graviton section and make sure we light up all the buttons to red to open the door. And there's also like a very interesting thing about like while you're flying in the Graviton, you can actually get crushed by the door if you're like on top of it while it's going down. It has like these really strange crush mechanics, but hopefully we won't be seeing that here.
I just remembered why I really wanted my lightning shield.
Yeah.
Which I don't have anymore. That would have been real nice.
You could grab the invincibility if you know where that is.
I don't. But that would have been a good idea for a much smarter version of me. Oh,
There
hello.
it is. Yeah, this should get you through.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about this part. But this will be a time saver.
Oh, you're thinking about Red Eye.
I am thinking about Red Eye.
Ah, yes, Red Eye. So Red Eye is the boss of this level here, and it is a 2-phase boss fight, and it is very annoying to deal with. So like phase 1, we're going to be seeing just a bunch of like spinning eggs around it, and whenever we hit it, one of the eggs will randomly break, and it'll bust out these spikes. And it's always random on which one actually breaks. So in this situation, he's going to have to use his Insta Shield and just make sure he has a ring on him. Otherwise, it could be trouble.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hate this.
All right, this is phase 1. You kind of see there, it's just kind of spinning around. As long as he has a ring on him, he should be fine.
More rings. More rings. Oh.
Okay. And this is phase 2. Phase 2 is even more annoying. So whenever you hit him, he'll just shoot a laser.
Oh, my rings. I need rings. I hate this. Bring your platforms down.
Oh my gosh. Red Eye is just not having it right now.
Well,
Okay, there we go. He was
All
actually
right,
cooperative there.
I'll take that.
I believe it's like the way you're facing or whatever direction you're going, it'll pretty much determine like which way the platforms will be spinning.
I think it has to do with which side of his eye you're on. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right. I did not want to hear that. I have really bad news. I'm not beating this in 2 minutes. We'll see how far I can get.
Also, that death was intentional, by the way. It's because you're going to be unloading Act 1 from Act 2 to perform this level wrap here. And this is actually a very scary level wrap in the game. So I'm going to let Sound Defense focus on here, and I'll explain what's going on after.
All right. If I can pull this off, I'll be happy. Holy
Nice.
cow, I can't believe I did that.
All right, so what happened there? So what he did was he panned the camera, well, up in this case because he's upside down, and he did a spin dash and a pause on the same frame. And that is pretty much to get Sonic's speed like out of the spin dash to make sure he clips inside the wall. And then with the lightning shield, he did a jump, which I believe is 2 to 3 frames of leeway. And you kind of see the visual cue where the rings is at. It's like pretty much lined up on the beam. That's pretty much how you know you got the level wrap. If you do a frame early, it'll be like just below, and then there's like a frame late. So you pretty much have about like 2 or 3 frames of leeway to get this trick. And by doing that, it'll send him into this boss fight, which is called Ooh Ball. Because he says ooh all the time, and you know, like pretty much want to destroy you for making fun of his movies. And so yeah, we're just out of there now. And this is the final fight of the game. And this fight is 3 phases.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm sorry, Sound Defense. I'm so close though.
I needed like 1 more minute. I needed to not reset at the start of the game. That's what I needed.
Oh no! Was that really it?
This is it.
This was it, yeah.
I don't even. Can I at least show off the really cool trick? It'll take. like
Yeah.
another
Go
minute.
for it. Yeah, we'll keep the timer off. But go for it.
All right.
Okay, so this first phase here, this is the fingers phase. You just gotta destroy all of them and make sure you still have. I mean, you don't necessarily need to have the lightning shield for this, but it's nice to have it for safety.
It really helps.
Also, don't blink for this.
Yep. There.
Yeah, that's phase 2.
That's the glitch. And there's one more phase right after this.
And the final phase, you just have to hit Robotnik 8 more times, and then that's pretty much the end of the game.
Yep. This is how close I was to beating the timer.
So very close.
Richard asked me to bring 2 W's, and unfortunately, we are starting with at least 1 L. Did my
Okay.
best.
Was still very impressive, Sound Defense. Very impressive. And again, you've never seen that reset before, so your estimate was pretty much perfect. You just didn't account for something you hadn't seen before.
That's true. If I was just like slightly more to the right, we would be in good shape.
Yeah. But still, I'm super proud of you, and even though it's not a win against the timer, I still consider it successful. You showed off a lot of cool tricks here.
Hey, thank you very much.
Of course. So, Sound Defense still has 1 more run for redemption. It is the longer of the 2. It will be Sonic 06. But really quickly here, before we go to our wellness break here on Mercy Kill, I do want to remind you all that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. And if you're watching on YouTube, wonderful to see y'all. Be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. With that being said, be sure to hydrate just like TSD did during that run. Stretch, I'll be right back with Mercy Kill. Welcome back to Mercy Kill. I am joined here by Sound Defense Running and Labrys and Supersonic on commentary, and this is Sonic 06, which allegedly does not have an entry in the Twitch directory. So that is, I believe, Labrys, you were talking about that. So we just ended up using Sonic the Hedgehog here. So
Yeah, no, that's what I usually do as well.
yeah, so Labrys, what is your involvement with Sonic 06 and the Sonic community in general, just out of curiosity?
06 was actually my gateway into speedrunning. I remember playing this game at the very outskirts of like my peripheral vision, and during 2021, I kind of fell out of fighting games and fell in love with Shadow Story. And I have branched out since to the rest of the game. Haven't done any completionist stuff, but I've also branched out to other 3D early Sonic games like Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2. So, although I may not have a particular attachment to this game as a game, it's one heck of a speedrun. No matter who you play.
I think a lot of folks feel the same way you do about that, Lavers, because I hear this is a terrific speedrun, but as a casual Let's Play, some folks may have some very colorful metaphors to describe their experience with this game.
Indeed, and we may run into those snags anyways.
This is genuinely one of my favorite games to watch other people play.
Yes. So during this segment, let us know when you have some downtime sound effects, because I want all yourself, Levers, and Supersonic to all talk about your stream. Let us know what you're doing, current projects. It's very important that not only we have this fun contest against the timer, but this is about you and your games as well too. So be sure y'all to plug yourself and talk about all that as we get in. But again, when you have some downtime sound effects, I'm sure this gets intense in some spots. Your estimate will be 1.5 hours for that. Are you good with that, or would you like it changed? I need to hear a final answer from you.
I am good with that.
Okay, all right. We have received the thumbs up from Sound Defense, and it will be on your account. Good luck and have fun. Go defeat that timer, Sound Defense.
I'll do my best. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, this is already a mistake.
So Sonic 06, infamous first loading screens. We're going to have to wait about 30 seconds for the first 4 seconds of actual gameplay. The first 4 seconds will consist of approximately one spin dash into a cutscene.
And
this is also
what can we expect
Castletown.
Around that cutscene, by the way?
To gather some information.
Another loading screen, in which you skip the cutscene immediately after the cutscene loads. Yep. And we have to load. This is the Mission 1 segment. We apparently have to find out where Dr. Eggman went. And to get over to where Dr. Eggman is, we need the light shoes. And to get the light shoes, we need money. And to get money, we have to help this old guy out. With some shoes that are really sick, and I hope we get to see later. And we need to test drive them, and that's a typo. It's the wonder of a shoemaker. I know are right next to each other on the keyboard.
I have always wondered what that is about.
Yeah, if the French translation is anything to go by, which is actually quite good, that is a typo.
What percentage of the run so far has been loading screens?
I can tell you that by the time you complete this mission, it's about 75%. But it gets less dense, trust. So, mission 1 is kind of dinky. You get to go through these, orange rings. Yeah.
Why is that aerial?
Ta-da! There are 20 side quests that operate much like this one, and Sonic has to do the most of them. Every Hedgehog has side quests, so Sonic has to do 7, so that's 1. And they're all pretty short for Sonic. They're under a minute, approximately, give or take. As far as the in-game timer goes, as far as real time, that's something different. So now we have money! So we can purchase the first upgrade in the shop, which is the light chip. The light chip allows us to light dash. It's not as notorious as it is in earlier titles. This is actually one of the things Sonic 06, I think, does well, is light dashing. Press X, you dash along a trail of rings. Oop. There you go.
And Tails just died.
And Tails always dies. Sorry, Tails.
F's in chat for Tails,
Wait.
please.
F's in chat for Tails. We do see him later. Much later.
Not that much later.
Actually, no. We see him in this level. So there is a massive skip that tends to kill runs that TSD is opting not to go for. It's a Wave Ocean loop launch. I'll tell you when you're supposed to land from that loop launch at around what is usually the 20-ish second mark. So we're still going through a lot of level, building out the pole as intended. Another thing I can applaud this game for is the homing attack. The homing attack either works or it doesn't. Also rails, you don't have to balance on them anymore.
You have to manage your speed, though. Interesting.
Yeah, you do. It never explains how rails work, and it's actually quite good. You can press X on a rail to accelerate. The optimal rhythm is about 3 times a second. Instruction manual in your game mentions this. If you mash too fast, though, unfortunate, which you're gonna have to take bottom round. And this is where you would land at around the 20-second mark. This skip I mentioned earlier. Yeah, about 50 seconds. Top level runners get at this Orca check somewhere around 25, so about a minute over romping through the rest of Wave Ocean, if our estimate is to be believed. Oh yeah, no boards despawn, Okay, we're good. Those can despawn.
I have seen that.
I was
terrified.
Trust me, I was surprised too. So now Tails has to free this Orca of but Tails here has a artificial height ceiling.
Alright, this went well. This was good.
He did not let go of the A button.
I did, just at the wrong time. I don't remember the timing for this.
Never when he's tired, or else he does that.
Gotcha. Okay. There's a lot that goes into this speedrun.
Yeah. Tails, you play as him for a little bit of this level, and he has his own level, Tails Wave Ocean, which we'll see later in the run. I hope we get there. Pretty deep.
I think I would have to screw up pretty bad for us to not see Wave Ocean at all.
Yeah, we'll be back. So there is something called a flight extension, which is kind of hard to see.
I don't know where I am.
But TSD is actually bypassing a height cap that is only enforced when you hold down the A button. By using the upwards momentum from his flight as he ascends, so you can get some extra distance out of it that way. But thankfully, we have hit the switch, and Sonic will turn himself into the first of 4 Mach speed sections.
I was actually intending to fly Tails all the way to the loading zone, but I accidentally stepped on the switch when I was preparing for it. And I think I was in the wrong place anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I would have broken even from there anyways.
Okay.
You can fly S-Tails into that loading trigger. I think it's fun. Now, Sonic Mach speed sections. You can light dash around trails of rings at your own risk. But the obstacle less so becomes the spikes and more so becomes the walls. You are going forward whether you like it or not, and this is one of 2 instances of, dang, these controls are terrible.
Oh my god, it's so much worse than I remembered.
Yeah, we're almost done here. We're just going to go to the right, I assume. Okay, you got it in. All you have to do is keep it. How did you bonk off?
I don't know how I'm doing any of this.
Left. Okay, we're good. If you are on the right half of this corkscrew, you instantly die.
Oh, look, I got the...
And you got the 1 frame! You got the 1 frame!
Dang, I didn't even mean to do that. I mean, I totally meant to do that.
Saves 5 seconds.
That's pretty neat.
Just made it.
Alright, thankfully I got a B rank here.
Yeah, so in 06, the S rank gives you an additional gold medal, which is nice for completionist categories, but it also takes an additional 5.5 seconds to happen. So, that is level 1 of 9. And now we have to go buy, I think we're buying the anti-grav as intended.
Yes, that is
Okay.
what we were doing, which I totally remembered on my own.
Yeah, there are 2 ways you can do this next section. You can either set up what is quote-unquote a wrong warp by touching the dusty desert mirror a little early and flipping in, or you can save the girl from the rooftop as intended before touching the dusty mirror, which causes another load screen to happen, but hey, that's why we found the clip in the first place. But the clip series is 3 frame perfect clips, 2 if you're on PS3. Don't ask. And what you're seeing right now is basically Sonic's fastest form of movement is his spin dash. And he spin kicks at the end to extend the speed he gets from a spin dash. But it only works if he's not holding anything on the control stick. If the game doesn't consider you running, it's not going to impose that run speed cap. And we're going to see this probably a couple other times throughout the run. So it's very useful for the spin kick. And now we jump into the Dusty Desert Portal to fight the dog.
Oh, the dog.
The dog. This boss is
Bad?
yeah. Even for 06 standards. Sonic has a little bit better than Shadow. But they both have to fight this beast of burden.
Okay, Eggman, I'll play with it.
So you have to utilize the new feature of homing attacking rails. And we hit into the statue for double damage. Nice. Normally, if you just were to run into a wall, that would do 1/4 of his life. But instead, I'm gonna turn around, go over here.
Dang it. Oh, dang it.
It's fine.
Camera, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, a lot of commonalities with early 3D Sonic games. Oh, that's how a loop launch works, by the way. You miss your intended target and you keep accelerating. This is what... There's nothing you can do about this 25-second time loss. You just have to wait for the guy to come down. At least you get your free hit instead of him running around the arena.
Yeah, that's true. There is a clip on my channel of me getting that loop launch and just going into space and never coming back.
That can happen. And you can infinitely accelerate to what is the infinite kill plane to the left or right of you, instead of the common one, which is infinitely below you. It's a whole box in 06, and we know this because of loop launches.
That actually went a lot better than I was hoping for. Getting that first really quick hit was excellent. And I also skipped another round of Cerberus jumping up and jumping back down, so that's a nice time save.
Yeah, the less he's up there, the better. In Shadow, we like to call that the 130 experience. Because if you play the rest of the right perfectly, fight perfectly, but then miss one of those last 2 hits, you get owned for about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay, right trigger.
Right trigger.
Cool.
You activate the shield. Sonic loses all abilities, including a spin dash.
Hold on tight.
Except for his homing attack, his slide, and the light dash. So this is a lot more basic platforming. Dusty Desert is a level I recommend if you want to get into the speedrun, but not that much, because it is very straightforward. And we're going to run through this loop here, and hopefully we take a small detour to our left.
I forget whether small
detours
detour
are
to the left
relative.
is.
Understandable.
I was too worried about whether or not the loop was coming up soon, or like the rainbow ring.
Oh yeah, no. I'll warn you. It's the other loop.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
This is Mercy Kill, everyone. This is the game about rusty speedruns. I really can't emphasize that part enough.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of cool tech that you're not seeing.
What? I just got stuck.
yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, you tend to trip on things. And this rainbow ring is pretty important.
We're good.
Because it skips a long climb along this tower. And then towards the end of this level, we're going to, I think, fine for not taking a hit. Yeah, we're fine. 10 rings, that's not enough to cause an S ring.
Oh, I completely forgot. You know what? I'll take a hit right here.
Yeah.
I'll just be safe.
Normally you would need to basically take a hit in order to lose all your rings, because ring bonus is very influential in your final score. So that probably did skip the S rank and thus save time. Gives 5.5 seconds, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think I had just barely enough rings for that.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding this next S rank, though, at least if I do this right.
Yeah. Silver is a very programmed boss fight. Hopefully we don't hear the line. At the beginning of the fight, Silver will jump, and if we are far away from Silver, he will always jump. So we try to utilize the fact that he cannot attack us while mid-air to our advantage.
Well,
It's no use.
it was no use.
Okay.
I turned around a little too
That's
slow.
absurd.
No.
Yeah.
Well, try this again. Only a few seconds lost is fine.
Yeah.
No, stop it! Stop it!
It's no use.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh yeah, I'm extra dead.
No.
Yeah, probably restart.
Yeah, I should have just restarted. Get away!
It's no use.
Oh my goodness. Why won't I get away from this guy? I am not trying to just teabag this guy while he's on the ground. That is not the strat.
Put on the ground, just run away. And then you can do this attack, which is part of a more advanced minute that does save a little bit of time.
Get away!
Okay, it's okay, you have rings and you're not directly above him.
How about this? How about this?
Now.
Yeah, I'll dunk on you now.
This is a very hard boss casually, but a very simple, but clearly,
Clearly
like,
finicky.
and we still get the S rank. Insult to injury.
Yeah.
Oh well. Apparently we did good.
I know, the camera was not really cooperating either. There was something very slightly off about my timing. Like, normally you're just supposed to jump away from him every time instead of, like, dunking on him for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can analyze this later. I'll take this back to the lab.
Yeah, I have an idea. But right now we have to do what I call the gauntlet. These are 3 mini missions or side quests that you have to do, and they're pretty small. 2 of them are small, 1 of them is a little more sizable. This one's funny.
Oh my god, no.
I love the bridge camera.
Bridge camera.
It's very cooperative. You know that 99% of the time I like the camera in this game. That's the 1%.
Yeah, that's a rite of passage right there.
Yeah, you got it.
And that,
I get hit with that.
now we have like a really convoluted logic puzzle. Have you ever done one of those logic puzzles as a kid where you have to determine like how many people are lying and that tells you who's telling the truth? That's basically this. So we've got to get all that figured out.
But thankfully, we know the answer.
Yep, we're done.
We're done. Sub 3. Woo!
I'll take a sub 3, I guess. My movement was not very optimal for that.
Yeah. You have to remember what direction to hold. For a variety of these loading screens, that's kind of difficult to manage, especially if you're rusty.
Yeah.
And now we head ourselves over to mission 11. That was 5. It's 11 as per the in-game naming scheme. I don't remember. It's Battle at the Warehouse.
It is Battle at the Warehouse.
That's fun. Okay, yeah.
Then open the cave.
It's a combat mission. It's a fan favorite. It's a runner favorite, actually. Where you just have to do a bunch of combat with your newly acquired slide, which has iframes all throughout its duration. So we're going to be using that in conjunction with our trusty homing attack to take out all of these robots.
And I hope you are not writing checks that my hands cannot cash here. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see how this goes.
Yes, the timer is supposed to count down because Sound Defense is fighting the timer right now, and whoever finishes first, the timer of Sound Defense wins.
Oh yeah, they're on the roof. No, they're not on the roof, they're behind me? Where in God's name? Okay, here you are.
They'll get on the roof later.
That's right, I got a little ahead of myself. Now they're on the roof.
There they are.
I should not be homing attacking, this is not optimal. Kicking is optimal. Ow. Sliding, thank you. There's a slight discrepancy between kicking and sliding. I should be sliding this guy, it's way faster. Oh, I'm a mess. There's spaghetti falling out of my pockets, everyone can see it.
This game is spaghetti. No,
Did I? Oh, here you are. This... Oh my, I hate this map. This map is useless to me right now.
yeah. It's normally... It's kind of helpful. It tells you if there's something. It barely tells you which direction it is. So we can slide into these guys' legs, deal 4 hits in a relatively short amount of time.
There we go. Much faster than the homing attacks. Okay, that was a bit sloppy, but we're still doing okay. This is actually going better than I expected.
Yeah.
Too easy.
And that is sadly 300 points off an S rank. Apologies.
Yeah.
But okay, now we have to do the most optimized hub movement in the game. This is very important. So, blink and you miss it. And we're back.
Oh, good. I was worried about that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this is just another very short combat mission.
Yeah, this might actually be a good time to take that break and plug ourselves, I feel like. Labris, do you want to go first?
Please, go for it.
I stream on Twitch quite regularly at Labris SR. I am a 3D Sonic speedrunner, particularly of these early 3D Sonic games. I like this game. I think it's pretty cool in the most perverse of ways. It's my favorite junkyard to play in. That's what I like to think of it as. There's so many neat and interesting things, but at the end of the day, it's all crap.
Supersonic, how about you?
Yeah, so I did run this game like once, but it was like the no major glitches category. But I normally run classic Sonic, so you saw Sonic and Knuckles earlier. I mainly run those kind of games. I'm also a classic Super Mario Brothers speedrunner. You may have seen me on GDQ in the past wearing a Fire Mario costume. And let's see, but yeah, I mostly speedrun like various classic Sonic and classic Mario games. I have also speedrun like Animaniacs on the Genesis, Captain Skyhawk on the NES, Mortal Kombat 3 on the Genesis. There's like a various amount of games that I ran before. You can pretty much find me daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/supersonic_. I pretty much stream like every day almost, except for Sundays, either during the afternoon or at nighttime.
And I'm the Sound Defense. Hello. I'm the guy playing the game right now. I do an awful lot of Sonic content. I do a lot of Sonic 3 and Knuckles All Emerald streams, which I'll be getting back to shortly. I play this game on occasion. I need to get back to this. And I'm also learning Sonic Adventure 2. That's my newest speedrun. So I will do that. I try to go for most weekends, but yeah, you can look for me on the weekends. Or also you can find me on the weekdays assembling Legos while I play chill video game music. So if that interests you also, please give me a follow. I so badly want to show off snowboarding uphill because it's the funniest thing ever. But I've got a timer to beat here, so.
Yeah. Normally Sonic, these snowboarding controls are irredeemable. There are glitches to speed this up, but you also speed Sonic up to the point where if you run at a wall, you flip through it and die. So TSD will not be going for either speed up in either Radicopolis nor Crisis City. We're just going to try and get to the end of this final jump where you want to make sure you're crouched, because getting hit uncrouches you, regardless of if you're holding the jump button. And you want to stay crouched because if you do get hit, all you do is uncrouch and you don't flip and lose control. So that's the general speed tech to the boarding sections. This one gets everybody. And we're out. Okay.
Right.
So, first major skip of the run, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be going to the right. I hope. There is a 1-up. Very close by. But if you do decide to take it. But if we got a timer beat, we got a timer beat.
Yeah, I think I will just...
So what we do is instead of going to the left... Oh, first try. Nice.
Yeah, I found it's drastically easier if you hug the left wall before doing that. That's just my experience.
Huh. Never heard that one before.
But, yeah, I just...
Heard about it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and explain. I'm busy running into walls.
So there's a whole bunch of level that saved about like a minute and a half of gameplay.
No sweat.
Laser clip is basically you clip through any pair of lasers you want in that laser wall, and you land on a tiny ledge on the other side, and you jump across, and you save a minute and a half. You also skip tails. Sorry, tails. We'll get there.
Yeah, that is a trick that can go horribly wrong if the game just decides to not cooperate. So I'm really glad. First off, I'm glad that I clipped through, and I'm also glad that I did not let myself fall into the oblivion that's right on the other side of that laser gate.
It is very easy to do so if you are not prepared to clip and you do clip. It's happened to me. And now we have Crisis City. Crisis City is probably the single longest level, bar I think Kingdom Valley. Kingdom Valley might be a bit longer.
Kingdom Valley feels
It is a bit
longer.
It is longer. Now that I think about it. So we're going to try and make our way past all of this exploding city on fire. By the way, we're in the future now. For people wondering where we are in the timeline, the future. Everything's dead. I think most things are dead.
this here is a trap. This isn't a ramp. Don't fall into this trap.
It is not a ramp. And jumping in both the snowboarding and the Mach Speed sections, which we'll see another one at the very end of this level. Sorry if I remind you. Blocks your direction. So you can't turn while jumping. You just kind of have to deal with the angle you're in.
This snowboard jumping is a scam, seriously.
Yeah. There are jump triggers that if you are in, the ramps will actually function, and we can use that to our advantage in the speedrun. But unfortunately, they do not function at all otherwise.
Go ahead.
The Cross City Section 2 is a good bit of platforming. We're gonna jump off to the left here. Give
Thank goodness.
quite a long rail, land out in another room.
I made a mistake.
Or, yeah. Middle
My
rail.
bad.
No, your other rail.
Okay. I have one life left. I don't like this.
Yeah, there are plenty of one-ups in Sonic Story, thankfully, as the level goes on. So, no shame in taking the rail here. Also worth mentioning, if you are too fast with your X presses, it locks you out of pressing X for about a second.
Alright, so that's where I died before. That was the section that I was trying to cut out.
I think you get a 1-up for free here.
I believe...
I lied, it's a silver medal.
Dang it. Man, I
No,
really...
you get a 1-up
I
for
really
free
need a 1-up.
after this next checkpoint. You get a 1-up for free with the bird.
Okay, yes, there was my 1-up.
There goes the bird. And there's one right before these swings.
Oh, thank you.
They just kind of shove them everywhere in Crescent City.
Yeah, like, they understood what they were sending us into here.
Shadow and Silver, no such luck.
Oh, that was cool, what just happened. Did you all see that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, automation. Automation in this game. Loops, scripted sequences like that, they're all terrible. And you have to handle them. They're all quirky and they have their own personality, I like to think of it as.
Yeah, I am just terrified about the section coming up at the end of this level.
Yeah, the tornado does indeed carry cars and much death with it. We have one more section of level to go through where we get launched up into the sky for some reason.
I mean,
Shadow navigates this place with a hang glider.
we navigate this place with feet.
What?
Yep, you're just kind of up here. According to some localization that's on the disc but never seen in-game, Shadow follows Sonic into this tornado with a hang glider because Sonic gets swept up by it. But, that never made it into the game, which is a lot of things that never made it into the game that are just happen to be on disc. There are about, for every side quest, there is a cut side quest in various stages of completion. It's on the disc, and if you do a little save data editing, you can get to those unused missions, and they are quite hilarious. Like Shadow detaining robbers, apparently, by homing attacking them.
Huh.
Reminder that homing attacking exorcises demons and destroys robots by exploding them.
So you might be tempted to hold up as you enter this section. If you play this game, you should try it and see what happens.
I don't recommend it, but you know, runner's choice.
I mean, if you're speedrunning it, don't do it. If you're just goofing around, wanting to see just how
Yeah,
janky this
okay.
game is, go ahead.
Yeah, It's cinematic.
Oh my god, get me out of here. Get me out of here. These cars are terrible. I hate them.
Yeah, these cars are, they have triggers and they have targets, but the shrapnel they create is all damaging. Like, if you see a random tire or car door that is detached itself from a car, that is still a potential source of damage, and thus can be potentially lethal. But we made it.
I was terrified that I was going to have to replay Crisis City. You have no idea.
We might be having to take an S rank here because of the ring count, but
No, we're just short.
just short.
We were so close.
Too easy. No sweat.
50,000 is the S threshold.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one big hurdle cleared right there is Crisis City.
And another one coming right up. This is the other gauntlet that I don't call the gauntlet because the gauntlet is funnier as a bunch of side quests. This is Flamecore, probably the hardest level across all three Hedgehogs to play fast. There's a bunch of damage boosting because the floor is lava, but the lava is also floor. So you can use that to your advantage in a variety of locations. And thankfully, it doesn't instantly go. Making a bit of a scenic route. Hopefully, we get the silver medal here for good luck. Sometimes we don't. Apologies. That's killed quite a few Sonic All Gold medals runs before.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, automation
that can
in this
happen.
game is really well made.
Yeah. Loop skips in 3D Sonic are quite useful, even beyond 06. But in 06, it's because the loops can kill you.
I sort of wanted to hit that dash pad because that dash pad actually slows you down, which, if you're careening wildly out of control like I was, it's a little bit useful actually.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I missed my jump. Well, I'm not going around the pillar.
And we missed punch jump. That would save about 10 seconds. But we get some cool floaty platforms.
Yeah.
That may or may not be slightly above lava or not.
I would just like to stress that running on the walls is a lot scarier than
Oh yeah, you can just kind of... Usually people just run at this corner in the door.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Hey. That is a hilarious door. It is the most clippable door in the game, in that specific spot.
There's like a long list of flippable doors too.
Yeah, but this next door that we're going to come up to soon is actually the only one we can't. Sonic has to do the combat before it hit up one up.
Ow.
Thankfully, in 06, you get 4 whole seconds of invuln after you are hit.
Also, this is the part of the run where I marvel at the enormous range of the homing attack. It's comical.
It is comical. It's also kind of comical. It gets wider as you get out.
Oh, yeah, it is. I see what you did there. Oh, I thought there was a guy behind me. I played myself.
Sliding through that enemy deal 3 hits a little quicker.
Ooh.
And that door we just opened, we cannot go through.
I recall you saying earlier that the light dash works really well in this game, and I have to ask if you were being sarcastic when you said that.
No, I was meaning relative.
Okay.
I didn't mean it works well. I mean it works most.
Okay, relative I can accept.
Relative to past titles, they really improved the light dash. That's not saying much.
Alright, am I gonna get hit going up into the volcano? I kind of hope so.
Please don't.
Okay.
Okay.
You can be hit by a falling rock as you're flying into the volcano, and you will fall down and die.
I've done it as all 3 hedgehogs. It's not fun as any of them.
I mean, casually, it's very funny. But in a speedrun, when the game just decides that no, you're going to die now, not so cool. Oh, I forgot to go on the things to my side. Ow.
Yeah, the conveniently spike ball place gimmick. It's seen a lot more in the hard, quote-unquote, hard versions of these stages. They just kind of put spike balls places and call it good sometimes.
So yeah, this rail right over here, I could have jumped directly to from the start of this section. But I didn't, for various confidence-related reasons.
Even though you have 4 seconds of invuln, they're only 4 seconds. No, you have a lot more.
Okay, I'm glad the invincibility effect actually showed up, but it's not guaranteed to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of navigating in the dark. I'm supposed to be lighting these up, but it's not that dark. I can just...
Alright, we got the 1-up. Safety 1-up, I suppose. Before this next skip coming up shortly, we're going to see a relatively familiar friend from last run, Knuckles.
Oh, come on. That's just a little mean right there.
That's just rude.
Sometimes this game is just rude. I don't think I have seen a single Let's Play where an automation has not failed.
I'll take care of
Yeah. So, what we do as Knuckles usually is we light up the lights to open the next door to progress as Sonic towards the goal ring. What we're going to do instead is climb up all the way to the top of it.
I am a little too far to the left, I think.
Yeah, you need to go more right.
What? I keep falling off. Where's the spooky ghost? Here's the spooky ghost. I was almost
What
dead.
you can do if you line yourself up is you can just clip out.
If it works. This camera is seriously not helping matters at all.
Just a smidge to the left of where you were.
Moves to the left. Dang. That's not it.
I don't use the spooky ghost,
I remember.
but this is a perfectly valid way to clip out.
I may have to ditch this if this doesn't start working soon. Oh my goodness. This is one of the 2 things I was really worried about going into this run. The spooky ghost and aquatic base. Alright, let's give this... Gosh. Oh, I couldn't even tell if I got it or not. Like, upness was happening at the time.
You'll know.
I'm sure I will. God, the way I like jump, like the camera jumps through the wall every time. You know,
it makes you want to believe, man.
I am going to abandon this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
If all of the lights shine
Yeah, it is normally a way to just jump through the ceiling and fly directly to the goal ring. But even when I was like practiced at this run, it was very finicky for me.
Yeah, I do it in a slightly different spot because I learned it as Rouge. Rouge does the same thing in Shadow Story. They both use this same part of the level. Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
I was a bit scared.
All this well. So this is the NMG route. Approximately.
Would you? Oh, I hope I
Do that way.
haven't taken too long with this. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, the lights have timer. The lights have timers, and after a bit, they do go dark. So
I'm gonna get hit by fire. Yep, I sure am.
why did they make that a cycle right there?
I don't know. It's just like perfectly lined up to ruin your day.
I normally praise the at least the bare level design of 06. But come on.
Yeah, that is a very bizarre decision right there.
That's a left facing spring if I ever seen one.
But looking at the time, seems like I've got about 46 minutes left. I'm feeling pretty good about my current pace.
Oh, good.
It was too. This next boss is a lot of downtime. You hit him and then you chill for about 40 or so seconds. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. Then you wait a little longer. And then you smack him one last time.
Yeah.
So,
Leave this to me.
yeah, plenty of downtime here. I like to call this guy the 230 experience. Because there's nothing you can do to speed this up. Actually, there's a little. But it's for people who have no regard for their safety in order to save 3 seconds a cycle.
I've tried that once. I won't try it again.
Yeah, no, it's not something I go for either. Not for the faint of heart. So we're going to light this orb to get our big bad's attention, and we're gonna smack him in the face. And we're gonna get really cinematic about it.
This is the most powerful spring in video games.
Look at that.
And we're good. And now we do it again on the other side. I have to really precisely time a spin kick here so I don't die.
Yeah. Spin kicks, and it, just like the slides, also give you copious amounts of invincibility. So you can spin kick to avoid getting hit there, and just attack him. Just surviving afterwards.
Yeah. If you do not do this strategy, this boss fight is incredibly long.
Yeah. It's long regardless. IL record is a 212. How they made it faster? It's complicated. Usually you hit him when he's already down, but you can actually put him while he's diving for this last hit. Which is incredibly risky because, you know, you're all the way over here, he's already all the way over there. You only have 4 seconds of damage boost and the floor is lava. Thankfully you have the funny spin kick, which turns you into a living invincible hitbox. That makes it a little more tolerable. Yeah, is he going to the left or is he going to the right this time? After this wave of Cocoa
I
Puffs?
don't know. Oh, thanks.
We'll find
Hit
out.
the Cocoa Puffs hit the thing.
Yep. And he's going to the... I can't see.
Sorry.
He might be going to either side.
Ow! Okay, where the frick?
Now's your
Nope.
Yeah, you're on the other
I went
side.
to the wrong way. Boy, I sure hope there isn't a timer on this. There sure was!
Oh, there
There
he is.
sure is.
Ah.
Okay, so I have relearned
That's
an
never
important
happened
lesson. To watch where he goes. Do not kill me. Alright, well, that's probably a minute lost, isn't it?
Approximately. I don't know how fast he does this next hit. I don't think you need a light in order to do this. I just hit it because I can. But, I mean, no harm in like, bonking one. Yeah.
I was hoping that spin kick would work.
Oh wow. Yeah, he's taking his sweet time.
He sure is. Wow. I really fouled this one up. Oh my goodness, more Cocoa Puffs. What?
Yeah, that can happen. I don't know why. Okay, which way is he going? Okay, he's going to the right.
Means I go to the left.
Yeah.
And now, oh, that was vaguely embarrassing right at the end.
That lost a minute and a half.
I had no idea I was going to suffer that much from not paying attention to where he was going. This is a painful lesson.
I didn't know he had it in
No
him.
sweat.
He tapped into his reserves.
Unfortunately, we save 5.5 seconds by missing an S rank, which you usually automatically get.
Yeah, small mercies right there.
We have reached probably what is the halfway point of the run. We got Radical Train next, and to get into Radical Train, we're going to have to play some Among Us event.
Oh gosh, that's right. I think I am going to talk to the NPC real quick. It's going to take like 10 seconds, and it's my favorite NPC in video games.
All right, and fair. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. That's cool. Who purchased the bounce bracelet? Congratulations.
I forget where I'm going to. I think this is the right way to go.
Yeah, this is the right way.
Alright. This guy right here. Luppy. Don't be scared.
Yeah, this.
I've combined Luppy and Luppy into one word. Luppy. Times like these, it's important to stay upbeat.
Yep. These trying times of speedrun.
Alright.
Oh, you got the glitch.
Got in quickly enough.
We don't know. We don't know why it happens. You usually have to bounce on the vent to break it. Sometimes you just don't. It's like, oh, it's a bonus.
It's just like a small, like half-second time save, would you say?
Yeah, nobody does it on purpose. So in Radical Train, you are on a timer to hit 3 switches throughout this level that are in these like little station areas. First one's over yonder.
There's one.
To explode those boxes that would normally. Oh no!
Oh.
You were too far to the left.
You can't just go on loops however you like. You have to be very careful.
Yeah, right side of that dash pad will not kill you. Left side of that dash pad will. Those 6 loops are probably the worst loops I've ever seen in the game.
They really are extraordinary. I saw somebody in chat earlier saying that Sonic 06 was the worst 3D Sonic, and I would just like to say that Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is a much worse game.
Yeah. Mechanically, this had some good ideas. Like the homing attack working instead of sometimes semi-working.
Like, yeah,
depending on who you ask. And so we need to, we don't necessarily clear out all these enemies.
Oh, right.
We do need to find switch.
There's the switch. The thing is, this game tried really hard to be interesting. Sonic Boom just sort of has nothing going on. It's a very boring game, and that's the worst thing a bad game can be, is boring.
Yeah. So,
oh, you can just go
I'm gonna
right there.
take these rails up here. Hopefully we can.
There, I can jump off. I think I jumped off at the wrong one. I'm not sure.
Grab on the wrong direction. There's an optional clip through this last door. Because if you don't hit the switch, all that happens is you don't explode the boxes. But right after this door is the end of the section. And into the third max speed section. Probably the last of the hard ones.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Kingdom Valleys is
Like
really
that.
not much.
Light Dash is a Very useful tool in aligning yourself. I didn't know there was a 1-up down.
There is.
Huh. That's useful.
The more
In a
you
pinch.
know. Ow. Oh, there was a fence.
And it was useful.
Gotta speed up.
So, the thing about Mach Speed, light speed dashes speed you up to what is called Speed 2. But if you neutral stick, after doing a light speed dash, you hit what is called Speed 3. And what runners usually do is try to maintain Speed 3 through most of the level, and it causes this train to rubber band very violently, and it is quite funny.
Oh. I neutral stick and then a curve comes up.
Yep. That is the danger of Speed 3 as well.
I'm almost there. Police, hang on.
And we shall jump into a wall. No.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was.
We might ask.
No, we are going to miss it.
Too
Okay.
easy. No sweat.
Usually you want to jump into the wall behind the train, and you will live regardless.
Yep.
But you will also lose all your rings. And as talked about, ring bonus very influential in getting an S rank. S ranks are slow.
So, coming up is one of my least favorite stages because I'm just not very good at it. But first, we're gonna have one of my favorite bosses.
Really? This one?
Yeah, just it's very silly with how it's done.
Oh yeah. Well, true. Normally you are supposed to climb this guy.
You can intimidate me with just your size? Come on, let's see what you can do.
But Silver also fights him, and you can throw objects from under him at the boss. So what they forgot to remove is the weak point that exists directly under the boss. And you can homing attack it for damage all the same instead of having to climb a ladder of robots to get on an arm to bounce burst it on that. Saves a lot of time overdoing the fight strictly casually. But runners have figured out that the top is faster if you use a rock to launch yourself with a very precise spin kick all the way up to the top.
True, I have seen that before. I have nowhere near that level of precision. But
Yeah, it's fairly precise. It is very fast. So now we got a little bit of a laser action. We don't care.
am I close enough here? I am. Thank you. Enormous homing attack range.
Comically large. And then we do it one more time.
Yep. Once I deal the final bit of damage, I am done with the boss fight and I don't need to do anything else.
We swear. You really don't.
Alright. And the boss fight is done. I am going to real quickly hydrate.
Sonic, look out!
Oh, it's going to crash into
What do you
the
think?
eyes.
What's going on?
This is 06, you have 4 seconds of invincibility as opposed to the usual 2. Also stay hydrated, everybody.
Stay hydrated.
Yes, stay hydrated.
Definitely.
Oops, I forgot to press buttons. It's all good. But yeah, that's enough right there. I lost those rings. That kept me from getting the S rank. So it's actually tactical as well as hilarious. Describes a lot of things in this game, actually. Tactical, but hilarious.
This next one's hilarious, but not tactical. You get the princess back. You unlock this cool upgrade, you get to use it in a boss fight, and then you lose everything. Great. For those of unaware, the Sonic story is basically a Mario game. Your princess is in another castle, and then you save her. and then she's in yet another castle, and then you save her. And somehow it meshes with the rest of the plot in order to create the ending, which the timeline gets wiped.
It's honestly kind of embarrassing. Why did I home that one? It likes things above you, I guess.
Yeah. Grapple Jungle is the second of 2 princess levels we'll see again.
Oh, I hit the mushroom. Oops.
These vines are death. If you jump when the blood is glowing, you might die.
Yeah.
Every vine is quirky, and I do not blame you for skipping that one.
Yeah, they're all... Those buds, I have learned that, like, shortly after they glow, that is when you want to actually press the button.
It's a little different, but it's more so based on vine positioning than anything else, because sometimes you homing attack off, and you get stuck to the vine, sometimes you just fall sideways and die, so...
Yeah, I missed a checkpoint back there, so I'm going to take this real safe.
That's fair. I have died here plenty of times doing the not so...
Let's keep going.
Over there.
This was
I
definitely...
think more vines doing this. What the heck?
Thank you, Elise.
This was definitely the sensible path through the forest.
That's actually probably harder. Why? Based on number of rosebuds you have to interact with.
I mean, I don't know. They were just there. I was just pressing buttons. I'm a simple man.
You might see a log clip here. We do not see a log clip here. So you can clip out of this log and fall basically to the end of the section to skip the most painful section of automation I've ever seen in the Sonic.
You can do it, Sonic.
You're cheering him on instead of watching him go through a loop, and it's supposed to be cinematic and fast and cool. Not that one though. I forgot the speed.
Sonic just gets tired.
Yeah, it's carrying somebody's.
Now there is supposed to be like a slightly faster path through this. I don't exactly remember what it is.
Fall in the water.
As long as you're taking bottom out, should be alright.
Yeah, I think we're good here.
It'll get you there.
How about not riding this turtle, actually?
Okay, yeah, you are on the right path.
Okay, cool.
Get these tracks. There's so many alternate routes.
Yeah, I know.
This is one of them.
This is... that's a route, too. Just, you know...
Oh, actually, yeah, this is the end of the section. So... destroy this one robot. All of them explode and the cage opens.
Okay, well, my score is...
You did carry a lot of rings and VS rings.
Oh, heck. I had avoided so many. I was doing so well with these.
Yeah. I think that is the last level you need to S-rank dodge on. How are we doing on the timer? Out of curiosity.
We're at like 28 and a half minutes left.
We could make it through trials and probably into Kingdom Valley. I don't doubt you, but Kingdom Valley kills people.
Kingdom Valley does kill people. I will not be playing as Silver in Kingdom Valley if I can help it.
Thank goodness, he doesn't have the cool upgrade yet.
That's true. Do I need the cool upgrade?
Not.
Princess Elise went to see Eggman by
Not
herself.
after this level. You need the cool upgrade.
Okay.
So they decided to be a little asset reusey with this one. Every story has a level where you play strictly as a non-hedgehog. For Sonic's story, it is Tails. So you get to go through the first bit of Wave Ocean as Tails. So just to mix things up a little bit.
For some reason, like this is the only level that gets played twice. I don't know why they made that choice.
They did not learn their lesson from Heroes with that voice.
Sure.
Tails looks like fun to control. I really like Tails.
In the air?
Yeah.
Sure. On the ground, you're walking. Look at that.
Tails is not the fastest thing alive, as it turns out. Yeah, the Tails strat is to stay airborne as much as possible.
Yeah.
I so badly want to drown in 2 inches of water, but that's not the time save I'm happy with.
Yeah. You die. The kill plane is very close to the water. Alarmingly so. I have been on the coast and died before.
Tails, I believe in you. You can go faster than a golf cart. Forget this, we're flying. Oh my gravity, what on earth was that?
If you jump off a sloped surface as Tails or anyone, you get a good bit of skewed gravity, which is a common theme throughout the Sonic 3D early bits. But rarely is it used in 06. Use it for an IL strat, which, because it's a New Game Plus thing, in Flame Core, as Sonic, so you can make your bounce bracelet go at an angle instead of just straight down, like it is perfectly. Okay. It's not as fun as the SA2 bounce bracelet. Or you can just boing.
Just boing. I didn't mean to go that way, but I'm glad I did.
It is faster if you can make the jump.
I can just go
But
right across.
that requires making the jump.
Yeah.
It does require some assembly required.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
Cool.
You're fine.
Alright, land on here? No, I can't.
You gotta jump off a rock.
Okay. I'm just gonna go the intended way.
Yes. And we're done with dance.
Now comes...
I don't think we ever see this little guy again.
I don't think we do. I think you're right.
Yeah, we skip him on aquatic base. Entirely.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that, Chance.
Save. And now... This is the part I am probably the most scared of.
The Trials of Soliana.
The Trials of Soliana.
These are the last 3 back-to-back side quests that you have to do in the game. And they are short, but the one in the middle is terrifying. It is a no-ring combat mission. So, you just have to trust the game and your iframes enough to know that you're not going to die. So first, you might want to grab a few upgrades before you get locked in the forest.
That's a good point.
Namely the blue gem and possibly the red gem if you're feeling like slowing down time with the combat mission.
I have never used the red gem before in my life. Let's try it.
The red gem, what it does, as long as you're holding the...
I tackled the bastard. Dang it.
Yeah, the passer tends to barrel roll.
Sorry about
It loses you 5 seconds. It is very hard to avoid. Deceptively hard to avoid, I should say. But we also get the blue gem. The blue gem makes you very fast.
Hey.
So we're going to see quite a bit of blue gem usage, hopefully, in our near future. Because it's really cool. And normally these gems are supposed to have a meter that runs out. It has a meter. It doesn't run out. And it's a variable name mismatch. We figured it out.
Touching a wormhole will send me far away in a flash.
We are doing this with the portals.
We are.
Okay.
I have already
Yeah,
failed the
that
test
one.
of intelligence.
You're
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I remembered the order of the portals against all odds. I did not remember how to skip this whole thing.
It is technically faster. Nick has proven, current Telling Story World Record holder, he has proven that it is faster to do the mission as intended if your movement is good. which is insane.
That's a big hit.
You have to be insane. Because it's usually around a 10-second feat if you do the bounce bracelet into the final spring method.
Goodness gracious, 10-second portal navigation?
Yeah. It's even funnier with the sky jump, which I hope we see.
If I can make it through the test of courage, I usually feel pretty good about Kingdom Valley, honestly.
Yeah, the test of courage is the zero ring combat mission I mentioned earlier. You have no rings, you have to destroy a bunch of waves of enemies, and you lose a minute plus however long you spent in this level, you die. I know Red Gem does not exist while in automation, so in spring sequences.
Oh gosh. Oh, I hate this. I hate this mission.
Yeah. So...
Okay, well, now
well,
you see the punishment for failing the test of courage.
you get a loading screen.
And then
You get told you're bad. You get another loading screen, and it spits you back out into the hub road where you talk to the guy again to load back into the mission.
well, first you load into the hub again to talk to the guy and say, hey.
And then he describes the mission again, and then you load it into the mission proper.
Yes, your punishment is 4 loading screens for failing this.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did these guys in the wrong order, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. This is not the place where I expected to die, let me tell you.
Yeah, there's a particular hornet enemy that tends to ruin everyone's day after these red guys. I respect the effort to play safe.
Oh, for sure. And real quick here. And then... oh, heck. Oh, I'm scared now. Oh, thank goodness. I did not want to do that again.
And we're out. And we're out.
I have lost, like, so much time to that mission in the past. So now, I forgot, we need to get chat's opinion on this. Who are we choosing in the test of love? Are we choosing Elise or Amy? You have mere seconds to tell me.
Yeah, there is a correct choice, and there's a correct choice if you're tasked. I have tasked this mission.
Impressive.
06 has very rudimentary tasking capabilities. Forgot what I got it down to. I think it's like 1 second without gems.
That's
Like
impressive.
a very low 1 second time.
Okay.
And you'll see why I chose to task this over anything else.
The chat is unanimous in their decision. We are to be wedded
Unanimous
to
for Amy.
Amy, absolutely.
Hey, goodness, that is the correct choice if you're not tasked. He is units farther if you are tasked.
Sorry, Twinbee, you were heavily outvoted on this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Elise fans have shambles.
Alright.
Gotta respect the CD lore.
We're looking at about 18 minutes left. If I don't die in Kingdom Valley, we are probably going to be okay.
Yeah, I think we might see some of Aquatic Base, for sure.
I'm still aiming to beat this whole thing, man. I am ambitious.
Oh yeah, do save here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is... Because if you do not save here in Game Over in Kingdom Valley, you have to do the trials again.
Right, this game, for reasons unknown, has no autosave.
Nope. I mean, it asks a lot, but it doesn't ask enough.
Okay.
So, first section of Kingdom Valley, which is, I think, one of the best level designs in the game, even. It's also a gauntlet for Sonic.
Let's get to Elise right away.
For the rails, I don't remember. Screw it. I'm going on the not rails.
I forgot this section existed. But this is basically the part you would go through in the demo of the game. This first section. There's this neat wind rail gimmick that you turn on the homing attack, the green thing, and it gives you this nice wind rail. Now that there's not neat gimmick of these jumpy ropes.
Yeah, the jumpy... there are so many mechanics I don't like in this level.
Then we get to say hi to Phil. Hi, Phil.
What's up, Phil?
We see him again later.
Alright. Oh gosh, the jumpy rails. Oh, you can absolutely get hit by the missiles there.
Yeah. This is...
No, come back. Where are you going? My eagle friend.
Hi, Phil again. They're all named Phil. But no, just... for reference. Those are two Phils we usually don't see. I see the payment.
Yeah. I'm sure there is some strat I totally forgot about where I see fewer Phils.
And now we're aligned with the speedrun strat again.
Okay, good.
We take this final win rail. Now we would say hi to Phil 1. But I guess this is Phil 3. Or maybe those were prequels. I don't know.
Phil Origins.
Yeah, Phil Origins. Anyways, we're going to get off of Phil a little early, because if we won't, we have to play as Silver. And Silver here is new game, so his base movement options are walking. Or as I like to call it, jog. So we're going to go around Silver.
I had a quick question here. We have a little under 15 minutes left. How do you feel about this, TSU?
This is, once again, going to come down to the wire. Where am I going? All right, there's a thing here. This is absolutely doable in 15 minutes. There are 2 stages left. If I do them right, each one will probably be like 5 minutes, I want to say.
Nice. And then we jump to this trigger here.
Hey, not bad.
Hey,
And we switch from Sonic to Sonic.
good job, Sonic. Thanks, Sonic.
Yeah, I enjoy Sonic. Good Sonic.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better about the 15-minute mark after getting that, because now I've got 1.5 stages left, and a boss fight that normally is terrible, but
Normally, yeah.
we're going to...
Yeah, we have a little thing. We have a thing for that. We have Skyrim for that.
I'm not entirely out of the woods, but I do think I am probably going to make this if nothing goes horribly wrong.
You seem to be protecting that door for some reason. Looks like I gotta defeat them first.
Would you... Sonic really does love to slide for a very long time.
He does. Oh, 3 seconds.
Yeah, nuts to you, guy.
Dodge those missiles to save a little time RTA. Because those explosions cause a lot of lag if you get hit by one, because he sends packs of 3. I forgot these towers collapsed in Sonic story.
Yes, I go down the stairs.
The magnet stairs. These stairs are nigh impossible to jump off of. Unless you are on the very inside part of them. That's why I call them the magnet stairs. Because like you go whoop, and then you go nowhere. As the stair is falling into the watery drink below.
I homing attacked on a rope I absolutely couldn't see and forgot was there. The game, for once, has my back.
It really did. And now we get a nice cinematic view of the whole thing. Hi, Phil.
We get a lot of Phil. This is Phil's stage.
This is Phil's stage. Where Phil lives. See him a lot. Walking around, flying around. Minding his own business. Sometimes giving you a lift.
Oops. This, I think, is the leader?
That's it.
No, never mind.
I did. Yeah, that definitely looked like a leader.
Sure did.
Some mobs in 06, you defeat one, and a group of robots explode, and it's quite a happy thing.
Oh, this
Be careful not to fall off.
ring dash right here. Do not trust it. Dang it!
Don't. Yeah, it's not a very trustable light dash. The homing attack looks tight. It's not as tight as it may seem, but it is still missable.
Yeah, that's on me. That light dash seems like it's the obvious path, but it can very easily trick you and just kill you instead.
Yeah, because the light dash button and the bounce bracelet button are the same button. Incredible game design.
Ow. Who's still here? I was slacking off. I hit the wall. Alright. Gotta be careful not to fall off. I sure do. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I was very slightly late the first time around. I should be using the blue gem. I haven't even been thinking about it.
Yeah. Not down blue stick. I don't worry.
No. Not down the magnet stairs. I'll see you later, 1-up.
Yeah, that it's always tempting. But we're almost out. Got 1 door 2. Clip through.
I never learned how to clip through this.
There is a clip through this last door. It saves a bunch of time because not only do you skip the combat, but the combat itself involves a lot of explosives.
Yep, and a lot of lag.
Yeah.
That's a lot of enemies that we can't see because the camera doesn't show them to us.
Yeah, there are a lot of enemies that do spawn in behind you, and then there's like a nice little mini sequence where Silver holds them off for you as you run through one of the more calming mock speed sections. I think.
Yeah, this one's not too bad at all, actually.
This is the last time we see the always moving mechanic.
And this
Yeah,
is
this one's probably my favorite of the 3.
Oh, hey, Supersonic. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just been chilling and watching.
I remember
Oh,
you
yeah.
did run this game for a
This is a
bit.
big chill.
So, yeah, now we have a bit of downtime as we navigate through this maze that none of these robots can seem to navigate, but we can. Just kind of run into something. Kind of common.
Running on walls is kind of weird. Controls. Like, left and right
Yeah.
still makes Sonic move to his left and right. I feel like I sort of have to tilt my head slightly.
Yeah. One last chain jump sequence, and we're out.
Yes, we are good. How's the timer looking?
Take a look real quickly here. I'm seeing about a little less than 8 minutes left.
All right,
Ooh, this is gonna cut it close.
this is doable.
No problem.
This might be another finish inside the final boss fight.
Yeah, I do think the way we kill the final boss is really cool. So if we do get there, it is short and it is really awesome. Hopefully But now we get to buy, now that we're back in the less recent present, because the egg carrier exploded, the lava stuff was inside at least the entire time. Mario failed to save that castle, so now we're going back in time.
I go clockwise or counterclockwise through Soliana. I think it's counterclockwise.
To the right.
To the right, yes, counterclockwise. Thank you.
So we need to ring 3 bells in order to open this very not secret gate to Aquatic Base. You find this out through talking to a bunch of NPCs. That's one.
My God, this camera just has it out for me. Incredible.
Yeah. Oh, the blue gem.
Yeah, I do have the blue gem.
But the caveat to the blue gem is if you bomb, you lose 2 seconds.
Just like so,
Okay.
as you just saw.
But it is very fast. You can. Oh, I thought you were gonna Aura Ace there.
No, I don't know what that means. It sounds very scary.
You talk to and accept the mission to your right that you just passed.
Oh, is that something you did on accident?
No, that's something that Aura Ace did on accident. So now that we have the 3 bells, we can go to Aquatic Base. But first, we're gonna pick up the Sky Gem.
This is a vital gem.
Probably my favorite my favorite upgrade in all of Sonic games. It is if you've played Minecraft, it's an Ender Pearl. You throw it, and it goes to wherever it lands. It just yoinks Sonic along for the ride. And it's useful for a very major skip in this level. Which we'll be coming up to shortly.
I am very nervous about this skip. I was never that great at it, and if I don't get it, I think my chances of beating the timer are very minimal.
Yeah, there's... If anyone remembers the Super Monkey Ball-esque ball mechanic, this skips that.
Are you serious?
Oh, there you go. Sorry about that.
All good.
So Aquatic Base, unlike a lot of these levels, is pretty linear. You go on a path, and it takes you to the end. The part where it opens up, we're going to skip by using the wonderful power of the Sky Gem. The Sky Gem sends us at a very fast speed once it collides with anything.
What? Ow. That sucked.
I know.
Oh, that was poorly planned on my part. Where's my checkpoint? It's close.
It's close, yeah.
It was really advanced.
Don't worry, the Rainbow Ring does give you a 1-up.
Oh, good.
If that's any solace.
Not the 1-up I'm worried about. It's just... Okay.
And so... hopefully we can get rid of these enemies. Open this door.
This is the Sky Gem.
This is the Sky Gem. Makes your shoes all cool and glowy.
Alright, I'm gonna take out just a couple of these guys so they don't bother me.
Yeah.
No good.
So you want to use the Sky Gem to clip out of bounds, and on top of this group here.
No, heck. I'm stunned. I'm stunned.
You are stunned by the wall. That is an unused push bait you're stuck in. I am sorry.
Okay.
You know, like when you push an object in previous adventure games, that's what it looks like.
Oh, this is going very poorly. I need rings. I am going a little too far out, I think.
Yes.
Dang it, I was there.
And yeah.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay. You're out. And now we're going to clip into a room that is over yonder.
There we go.
This is where Silver and Shadow start, but the door isn't open, so we have to make do with our like.
Did that not go? That did not work.
That did not work.
That worked.
But thankfully, the Sky Gem is very useful lockpick, and we can lockpick through one last door. Take quite a while to open, and then Sky Gem across this gap to end the section.
All right. My timer is really not looking good right now. It took me too long to clip out of here. We've got less than 2 minutes to beat this game. It's not going to be happening, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but we got to see the power of the Sky Gem.
Yes, that does make me happy.
Turns out if you shove yourself at any corner at sufficient velocity, it doesn't exist. My doors are usually a suggestion.
Yeah, it's too bad we will probably not be seeing the final boss. That is a pretty fantastic strat in itself.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I didn't have the Sky Gem set. That's my bad.
Yeah. Gems are something people forget about for 80% of the run. Because it's not there. We buy them as soon as we can because they are very useful.
Also, they get reset when you enter a loading area.
Yep. So instead of doing platforming, you get the Sky Gem across some of these gaps. Now there is a way to skip Knuckles here. I don't recommend it to anybody.
Nope, I won't be doing it.
But if you want to fool around with it, watch record.
All these enemies just hit this thing. For all these enemies, just hit this thing. Hit. There. Oh god, there was so
The
much
reason why we
lag.
skip Knuckles.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
credits work.
Ah.
Dang it.
Alright. I suppose.
I gave it my best shot. I was doing pretty well until, well, I guess a lot of things happened in the middle, didn't they?
It was two.
It was
You
two.
were great. I mean, I had seen I looked at your estimates, PSD, and I feel like you gave yourself tougher estimates than one would usually get here. So for you to come that close on both games with tougher estimates, I give you a lot of credit.
Oh, well, thank you. I thought I was being generous. What sort of estimate would you have recommended if my PB was a 115 for a game like this?
I would say 145 to 150. It depends on how much rust would cause you to forget a lot of things.
I see. Yeah, if I had another 10 minutes, this would have been no problem. I'm so close to the end. But alas.
It is a minute 15 with approximately 20 minutes of loading.
Yeah, I have decided on the title. It's going to be what percentage of Sonic games are loading screens, because I feel like this is a very essential question to ask when it comes to Sonic speedrunning. So, first of all, I want to ask, TS, did you have a good time? Would you do this again at some point?
I had a wonderful time, and I will happily do this again at some point. I just need some more... Man, my Celeste run is incredibly rusty, I'm thinking about right now.
Well, I love it because Mercy Kill does give a place for rusty speedruns to go, because those are still very much loved speedruns. And what if we don't have the time to fully derust something? So that's where the idea for the show appeared, is just at those questions.
Well, I'm sorry that I gave 2 wins to the timer tonight. This was not my intention.
Well, we're not keeping current track of the timers to runners, so, you know, whoever's got to win one once in a while, yeah?
Yeah, I suppose so. If the winners always win, then what's interesting?
Exactly. And again, you clearly knew so much of the tech still, and for Sonic games tend to have more tech in them than many other games, so great job, again, remembering the tech. And again, if you think tech is tough to execute as it is, rusty tech is even more challenging. So again, just massive amount of applause here to Sound Defense. And again, I did want to make sure to thank our wonderful commentators as well here, Labris and Supersonic. So, Sound Defense, my last question for you tonight is, would you do this experience again? Or would you pick up the games again for Speedrun?
Oh, for sure. Actually, I am already slated to appear on Mr. Shasta's show doing a Sonic 3 and Knuckles All Emeralds run, so I have to pick that game up again. So you'll be seeing more of the 2D Sonics from me. And this game, yeah, I would definitely play this one again. It's ridiculous, it's kind of terrible, but it's so much fun. So it's fun when it doesn't make me want to scream, which happens often.
That's good, yeah. Thank you.
Well, again, before... oh, go ahead.
Hopefully we see this.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, commentators, do you have like a minute or so of time to kill talking about yourselves, or do we have to move along?
We have about a few minutes or so. I just want to make sure we have time for last minute shout outs. So go ahead, y'all.
All right. Labris, go ahead. What are your shout outs?
All right. I suppose I'll give shout outs to the people who helped me and partially TSD learn the run. Shout outs to Nick, shout outs to Focus, shout outs to Gordon for initially getting me into this game. And this wonderful mess. Shout outs to all of the newer Sonic 06 community members. Shout outs to Rev, shout outs to Kariru, shout outs to Sly for his awesome moderation efforts. And if you enjoy this game, if you like what you're seeing, please do try it. Do not be afraid to ask. The Sonic 06 Discord is a place where everyone is happy to provide you with answers. Except for when something goes wrong. Then we may laugh and just say, that's Sonic 06 for you, man.
Not even the speedrunners are immune from this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we don't know why this trick works even. It just does.
I keep missing the horn. This is my problem.
All right. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Or just Supersonic, any shout outs?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
No, I went too far.
No.
Shout outs to the whole classic Sonic community. Of course, huge thanks to Sound Defense for having me on board for commentary. Even though I was kind of just chilling here, just being in awe at how hilariously horrible Sonic 06 really is. And yeah, and of course, the Sky Bills for hosting the show every single time with Versakill. Probably like one of the most fun shows to be a part of, just being on the race against the clock here. So huge shout outs to Sky Bills, especially. And yeah, shout outs to the chat for, chilling, watching, and just experiencing this glorious video game here, if you want to call it glorious, And yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, as for me, just thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. I love showing off these ridiculous broken speedruns for people. If you liked what you saw here, I do a lot of Sonic speedruns on my channel, which is twitch.tv/thesounddefense. I also just do chill Lego build streams every once in a while. I'm going to start those up again. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, please give me a follow. And of course, if you're not following Games Done Quick, you should be doing that too. And I have finally pulled off the trick I've been meaning to pull off for the past few minutes while we stalled. So we just wait here and wait for the boss to leave. Yep. Everyone say goodbye to Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, he's gone.
And that's it. The boss left, so the game is over.
Bye, Wyvern. Yep, and that's when time would be anyways. So, there we go. That's
I just noticed the sickle and your devious smile.
Always.
All its glory.
Always here. So yes, I would like to give a thanks to chat as well. And I want to let you know, if you've been enjoying your time here, guess what? Our broadcast is not over tonight, even though Mercy Kill is over. We do have Passion Project coming up right after this wellness break. Take it away, Amber.